Living Tableaux, Animated Pictures and Statues, P.B Randolph, Part 2. C. The portrait of a known person from the past or present. One undertakes the preparation of a living portrait of a personage known from the past or from the present when one wishes to attract to himself, for himself, and for others, the benefit of the person's direct influence. One will then have on hand a few images reproducing the traits of the personages in question, and will also consult his or her natal horoscope. For a person from the past, one will establish a retrograde horoscope, having recourse to typology. If the data available are insufficient, this task is equally difficult, but if one works with skill and patience, one necessarily succeeds. D. The portrait, old or modern, already done, but which is to be reanimated. Reanimating a portrait from which the life has gone out is the most difficult of all those that we have envisaged up to now, for without changing anything about the painting already done, in this case it is a question of recharging the human magnetic fluids, according to the appropriate typo-astrological data, composing from them the elements of the charge according to the indications of Table 15.1. Some general conditions for the four cases. 1. The living tableau, prepared according to our methods, must be hung on the wall of a room, which is to be specially consecrated to it, and where no one will ever enter except the owner and the woman who will work with him. This room is to be of at least 860 cubic feet. Its walls are to be painted with oil in the individual color of the personage shown on the canvas. Each time that the owner comes to operate before this image, he is to illuminate the room with the individual color of the portrait. One should take care to place a divan in front of the tableau, so that the operator may be comfortable and may be able to fix his gaze on the features of the image without useless fatigue. 2. A lamp should be placed between the portrait and the divan. This lamp, made of metal, corresponding astrologically to the idea predominant during the execution of the painting, will spread through the room the necessary vapors, scented with the individual perfume, prepared according to the horoscopic data of the portrait. The lamp in question will support, consequently, a vase of the same astrologically corresponding metal, and one is to pour into it clean water and a sufficient quantity of individual perfume. The woman is to be introduced into the room when the vapors, in light and aromatic clouds, shall have sufficiently filled the atmosphere of the room to protect it from the magnetism, perhaps contrary, of the woman. One is then to make magical sexual love with this woman, strongly imagining the gradual animation of the portrait until its complete vitalization. One must not turn away the eyes until the end of the operation. 4. If you strictly conform to all that we are here teaching, and if you do not forget to perfume your solar plexus, the beginning of your neck, the hollows of your armpits, and the backs of your knees, the soles of your feet, and the palm of your hands with the individual perfume of the portrait, you will see, while you are comfortably seated on the divan beside your lover, the air of the room gradually darken until it reaches a deep black. The portrait will awaken in the shadows, and the body, painted on the cloth, will suddenly shudder. The arms and the legs in the portrait will make uncertain moves, as if to assure themselves of the reality of their life. Then slowly the whole silhouette will detach itself from the frame to advance towards you. You can then obtain what you wish, but do not forget that in that solemn instant you are crossing the threshold of the unknown, while breaking down the doors of the mystery. Any moral fault committed at this moment will not be forgiven you, and unhappiness will implacably follow you your whole life if you have relighted an extinguished force to make use of it carnally. Do not call to you an extinguished life except to receive its occult light. This purpose only is blessed. The returner will answer any sensible question and will inform you, if you wish, about terrestrial events during his previous life. But, my brothers, beware of succubi and incubi, who reflect your vices and your hidden desires. These wretches will charm you by their powerful and effective voluptuousness, but you will irredeemably become their slaves. A minute of pleasure in the arms of a succubus is a pact signed with the devil. All your life can be sucked out of you in a year.